Yeah. It's Snap. Woo. Who you thought it was? Yeah. It's me, nigga. Yeah. A representative for the A-Town. Hey. Snap stack chips like she living up Bellagio. I be in it laying on verandas or a bungalow. Catch me in Afghanistan, a lot with the Sunni. Catch me in Burundi with the tribe for Watusi. I be in kimonos with chopsticks and sushi. I be in Manolo.
So nothing this time. Wow. Thank you. You guys don't know what I've been through just to get this video started. Let me just say, first of all, I'm so apologize to you guys. Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Scott Free Podcast. I'm your gracious host, Scott Free. I know you can't tell with all the scruff and bruff that I got going on here. Brother definitely needs to get a haircut. So what we're going to be doing very soon, we're going to be going off camera to avoid all the ugliness that you're going to not have to see because of that. But just want to jump on, make eye contact with you guys, let you know that I am in the house, I am here, I am present. And it's always good to get eyes laid on each other because you never know when the last time will be. But with that being said, I want to make sure we keep it real, keep it free, keep everything copacetic. So I'm going to take a really break, make sure everything's working before I go into this long diatribe, because once I start, I do not want to stop, okay? So give me a couple of seconds, I'll be right back. And when I say a few seconds, I really do mean a few seconds, okay? All right, see you in a minute.
Let's get into it.
Keep us locked on your radio dial.
Keep it locked.
What's up, y'all? This is Beyonce, and you listening to my station.
This is 300 Radio.
Alright, so I'm back. So for all you guys that's on the, well, fuck it. Let's just go on for everybody. This is for everybody that, like you said, if you didn't get to catch me early, you ain't gonna catch me now. I'm off camera so I can lay back and talk to you guys without having to think about anything else. I checked the levels, checked everything, and everything seems to be copacetic. But I do want to change the music. I'm feeling a different mood today. Y'all want to change the mood up a bit? Let's do that. So let's. What do you think? Let's think of something a little smoother. Yeah. I think that should be cool. What do you think? Right? I think so. Let me make sure she's down enough. I don't want to blast through your ear. But hopefully that we're not killing you. But yeah, like I said, guys, welcome back, y'all. I'm really happy to be back. It's been a long minute since I had done a video. We got a lot has changed in the process of this. So today I'm just gonna dive a little deeper in, talk a little bit about what's on my mind. Being as this is the Scott Free Podcast, if you're new here, let me back it up a minute. If you're new here at the Scott Free Podcast, we discuss all things free. And when I say free, we speak about it freely. There's no judgment here. If you come to the door with a bit of judgment, you won't actually be able to stay here long. You have to go. We are definitely a free zone. So being free, we can discuss it and everything we want to. And a lot of times I just discuss what's on my mind that day. Some days I'm going to be up. Some days I'm going to be down. Today, if I had to describe my mood, I would say I'm melancholy. Not up, not down. Just average today. It's nothing great. So if my tone comes off a little dry to you, I apologize. I promise you on the next one, I'll probably be higher. But then there's a chance that I could be lower. It's just, life, it could be lifing sometimes. But on today's episode, if I could touch on it to start, I wanted to discuss this whole immigration thing. And I told myself I wasn't going to chase the popular trends, but this one's in my spirit. I mean, if you think about how is it that in a country simultaneously you can have people stand on a podium and tell you that, hey, vote for me, I have your best interest at heart. When, if you're anything like me, you have watched all of your extra money dissipate due to the high cost of food, gas, clothes, trips, flights, hotel stay. I mean, everything you can think of is through the roof now. And to think about, at the very same time this is happening, they are bringing in millions of people and giving them funds for free. It makes no sense whatsoever, unless you're trying to break a certain group of people. So I think they're trying to break us on purpose. I think that what they have done is that they wanted to bring in these millions and millions of people, which I've heard is somewhere like 15 to 20 million people have been shipped into this country. And in that time, I've watched them give so much funds out, so far as food stamps, as I heard about thousands of dollars they're just handing out to different people for different reasons. I saw a sister today when I was working out. She had a food truck. She said she saved up her money for this food truck and she was going to sell the food truck. And she had a immigrant show up, an illegal immigrant show up, and basically let her know that the United States government was going to cut him a check to give to her to buy her food truck. After this woman scraped and pulled for years to get that truck, she had to turn around and watch someone get it for free. You know that's going to enrage a group of people. I find myself getting enraged thinking about the fact of how, in my age now, I've been on this earth for a very long time. I have grown kids. For me to be on this earth this long and to never been able to get any of that access without anything. I'll give you a backstory. When I was 18, I tried to go to some place to get a loan. She said, no credit. You don't have any credit, I can't loan you anything. Now, at 18, I didn't know how to go get credit. But just imagine being able to just cross over a border and someone says, doesn't matter what your background is. We're going to give you the money to work and you're going to be able to work out. We're going to give you resources. We're going to give you housing. We're going to give you job opportunities. We're going to give you training for these jobs. All at the same time, you're telling another group of people, no, I'm not going to do anything for you, but I need for you to still vote for me. And then the double slap in the face is a lot of these people will come here and then talk down to the people that they're getting basically propped up on. Because you can't tell me that we're not paying for all of the influx of these people. I truly believe, you heard it here first if you haven't heard it at all, Scott Free said himself, he said, I believe that the reason why everything costs so much now is because they're trying their best to pay for it. We're paying for the people to come in, is what I'm saying. We're actually footing the bill. It's not the United States. They're not just printing paper. They're saying, hey, let me charge you $82 for that gallon of milk. And then by paying the $82 for that gallon of milk, I can then bring over 32 Ukrainians. You feel me? It's the equivalent, in my opinion, it's the equivalent of you getting them hiring your replacement and then having you train the person. And a lot of black people, I know if you're like me, you've been through that. If you haven't been directly been through it, you've indirectly seen it happen through someone else. But I've had it happen to me on multiple occasions. It's the world we live in. It truly is. It's a horrible place that they have us in with that position. All at the same time, the black collective is pretty much telling you, from old to young to grassroots to boule, they're telling you pretty much in so many terms, reparations is due. Excuse me, I gotta drink some water. But yeah, they're telling you reparations is due. And they're telling you everything, you can have everything but not have it. As a matter of fact, I caught a snippet from what's her name? Tamika Mallory. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna play it because the last couple of times I haven't put up the disclaimer for me to use the fair use disclaimer, and I want to put that up because every time I put a video, guys, the reason why I got discouraged and I took such a long break, it is because every video was getting tagged. Boom, 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 boom. And it was like, come on, man, y'all really got to stop. So I said, we're not going to use anything but myself for right now. Okay. So with that being said, so I won't put it up there, but Tamika was basically on the Breakfast Club hollering, and she started speaking about how reparations, so many different people, and I'm paraphrasing, so go listen to the interview. I don't want to misquote the sister. But she basically was making the comments that, you know, I don't think a lot of black people are arguing that reparations is due. She's saying that, but if people are arguing about who's actually is due that reparations, one, and two, what does those resources look like when in the form of reparations? And I'm like, that convolutes everything. That literally muddies the water on everything. Because if you really think about it, for one, you can't give out reparations based upon race. That's going to get struck down at every turn. You literally the president can sign an executive order today, and if he did it for race, the Supreme Court can come right behind it and strike it down because you can't do anything based upon race. That is the thing. So what you have to do is based upon lineage. And if you have a lineage that was actually do something, the Abraham Lincoln with the 40 acres and a mule, that basically is owed to the descendants of those people. The lineage of those people, not the race of those people. It's a difference. If you want me to go into more detail, comment below underneath the video. But yeah, she made the comment that we don't know what the formula should be. And I'm just trying to say, no, you do know what formula should be. If everyone has come in and you're giving funds, economics, money, cash, coins, monero, and you name it, I call it long, short. I've heard all kinds of names when it comes to money. That's the stuff that actually saves you. That's the thing that can fix everything. You want to know how I know that's true too? You want to know how everybody who is hood and criminal and does fucked up behavior, you want to know how I know that it's all based upon economics? You want to know? It's because every time they get money, they can seem to stop all that behavior. How many rappers have you seen when they first come out and they hood? I remember Snoop, for example. Snoop, when he first came out, every video, he wouldn't even look in the camera. Now, and I remember him being one of the hoodest brothers ever. Wouldn't look at the camera, very hood. You could tell at any moment he'll ready to do some slick shit. But with time, money, and the different experiences, you see what his life is like. So while we playing these games that poor black people are not, pretty much not going to do the exact same thing, because it prove it over and over and over again. And I got so many examples we could talk about with that, but you know I'm telling the truth. Person gets out of that situation. I even give you an example. I give you one even better. Schools. I think it was Waiting on Superman. I think it was one of those documentaries I watched a few years ago on the school lotteries for the. But I think it was elementary schools, if not middle schools. I'm not exactly sure, but I can't remember. It's been a few years. But in that documentary, they started busing kids that were literally struggling in the black schools will go off to the white schools and do well. And it's not because white teachers are better. It's actually more of a detriment, but that's for another time, another day. But what it is that the environment is conducive for it. That's one. And then two, the economics in that situation. Imagine not having heat and air and paper and a proper school lunch and all the other disgruntled employees because they're underpaid. Of course these children are gonna fucking fail. It's crazy that you wouldn't think that otherwise. And so that's the thing that bothers me more than anything else. You know? And I'm just tired of watching it happen. And it's like, it's crazy because it's happening right in front of your face. I mean, anybody, and then people will sit back and argue. Like, and I said I wasn't going to do it this episode, but I can't help it. I'm going to have to go there. This whole Democratic Party, Kamala Harris, is she black, not black, black people just hating off. Man, one of my favorite philosophers said the quote, the world, and I'm paraphrasing, but the world is a stage and we're all just unwilling participants in it. And I'll go a step further and just say we're unbeknowing participants in it. Somebody created this entire thing that we're moving around in. And it's all a game. And when I watch that party, I'm watching it one time. You got people literally sitting there throwing black person after black person at us. And you ever notice something? Let's just go and be honest. We have a divide and a separation in our culture. And we're going to have to just call it like it is. We're going to get into the non-black American thing later, but that's not what this is about. This is about our own culture today. These entertainers, I won't even say boule anymore. These entertainers are not our friends and they're not one of us. To watch these people drag their ass out every 3.5 years and start chastising us on what we should do and how we should do about it, and then as soon as the election over, they go back into hiding. I'm tell you like this, Taraji, don't stand your ass in front of us no more and whine about your paycheck, and then turn your monkey ass right around at that award show, the BET Award, and chastise us like we're a bunch of kids. We know exactly what the hell we want and don't want. We know exactly who we don't want and what we don't want. And this is coming from a person who don't even like politics. And let me back that up, because I know we're going to get called Republican or backed up, because I don't fuck with them either. I mean, how do you live in a country where literally you're allowed to stand in open racist towards black people and get away with it? But online, I can't post certain things, a certain tweet that says something like hell or shit or fuck, and it gets flagged. No, that's not right. It's not. I feel like I'm rambling, but I just feel like, I'll say it this way. I'm not even going to make it about a party. I'll just tell you my opinion of politics and why I don't fuck with it. The world is a stage. They plan ahead by decades. They know who's going into office. The only thing that I think deviates the plan that they do with their plans politically is that somebody dies, and that was a part of the plan prematurely. But outside of that, there's a plan. And I always say, don't compartmentalize. Take certain things you hear in other places and apply it everywhere. Example, I remember listening to one of Dave Chappelle's stand-ups one time, and he started talking about how he met a young Barack Obama and then a young Kamala Harris, I think that's the name. I don't know. Now, what is the coincidence is that the number one guy in stand-up runs into the first black president and the first black woman to seriously be considered. I mean, basically the first black woman who's seriously being considered for the White House. All right, damn, I couldn't get that out. How is that possible? How does that simultaneously happen at the exact same time? You want to know how? It's all a plan. That's how. And that's why I don't think people understand. And say, I get that. And so what I try to do is to understand that instead of me chasing them, because what they're doing is they have a plan already. You have to plan for yourself. The great Alton Maddox, the great attorney Alton Maddox said one time, if you don't know who he is, look him up. Alton Maddox said one time, if you don't have a plan for yourself, America will definitely make a plan for you. And so what I'm going to say to you guys is that you have to plan for yourself. It's sad for me when I watch like the movie industry, and I'm gonna tell you why I ride them so hard, because, and this is coming from a person who wanted to be an entertainer as a young boy. Call it bitter, call it what you want. I have no desire to be there. Have not that. I walked away from. I was doing stand up, but that's another story. We'll talk about another time. But I tell you what's sad about entertainers. These people make millions and millions of dollars, and they make millions and millions of dollars off of their likeness. And I won't call anyone out specifically, because then it starts getting into personal beefs, and this is not personal. I just would love for maybe one of these people with the money has just never heard it put this way. And maybe this will help somebody to move forward in the right direction. But what I'm trying to say is that if you're sitting on millions and millions and millions of dollars, but you're also waiting for the next script to come along for you to develop, for you to be a part of, to get your paycheck out of, and that's how you make your living, is solely waiting for someone else to do it, then you're already doing it wrong. See, the thing that they have messed up in black minds is that we are not supposed to do anything outside of them. That you're not good enough, that you're not adequate enough. And really, to be honest with you, you're special. You're very much special. Excuse me. And I know you're special because of all the things that you go through, and you're still here. A lesser being, a lesser group of people would have already failed. So when I think about the things that we go through and the things that we have to see on a day-to-day basis, yeah, I know we can do better. We just don't understand it. If you're going to do a movie, it's really like this. This is what, and I'll be honest with you. Let me say it this way. And if I'm incorrect or if I'm missing a piece, please tell me what I'm missing. I take constructive criticism all day, and I will not back down from it, and I don't take offense to it. But I know a little bit about the movie industry. I understand that you have to start with a budget. Boom. Budget comes out. Want to do a movie. Want to do an action film. I want to even pick the two guys. I want to get Will Smith, Martin Lawrence. Just pick them because they just did Bad Boys. Love the movie. I want to get those two, Martin and Will, both. It's $20 million a film. Both of those guys. Okay, I got to add that into the budget. Boom. I really want them though. Boom. Got to get that. I want to shoot it in Miami. Boom. I got to get the money for that. Cool. Got that. Now, got to get a script that Martin and Will's going to love, and it's going to make them shine amazing. So get a great writer. Boom. I got to count for that. Go get it. Right. Director, same thing. Got to go get that. Right. Who knows the directors and the writers more than the actor themselves? They know these people. So take a rich one of those guys that says, I am a millionaire at movies. I'm a great actor. But they're not looking for me. They're telling me I'm too old. They're telling me I'm washed up. They're telling me I can't do this film. No one's really knocking down my door. Well, that means you go contact the director you worked for that time. Or you go contact, or you get him to recommend someone that you don't know, but is up and coming that you can afford. Because I understand it. I get it. Don't let me get to line like I don't understand. Like people just want to waste money. Because that's not what I'm saying. And if you let me get to the end, if you listen to the end, you're going to understand why I say you're not wasting your money. Damn near guaranteed. You get the director. You contact the writer who wrote the films that you like. Or the ones that you smooth with at parties. You put the money up. You go through the process. You've been on many of sets. You get everything that you need to get right off of someone else's set. Oh shit! Everybody else has done that before. We all do it. Everyone does it. Why is it every time you buy a product and then until you look up is Tumi got it? It's an American-made product. Now you can buy it on Tumi in China. You want to know why? Because everybody copies everybody. So when I'm sitting and thinking back, is get the money. Then what you do is you make the film, you pay everyone yourself. Now, are you gambling on yourself? Yes. When Bad Boys came out, did they have to front the $100 million for this film? No. That someone else did it. They didn't have that risk. Get it? A win-win for those guys. But the person who put up the finances, and I don't know who it was, but whoever put the finances up for that knew we're going to make this money back because I can bet on Will's track record, Martin's track record, and especially this franchise track record. So I don't understand why there is no black equivalent to this. And I can't use Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is a lane that he's in, but this is not what I'm talking about. I am talking about to the level to where you are not only just having the studio, but you also do your distribution and everything else. We're in the age of streaming. Fuck. It makes no sense why we're not distributing our own stuff. It makes no sense. For the handful of people who are in our community doing it, I applaud them and I admire them. If you don't know who some of them are, we'll talk about them on another episode. But there are some that are independently making a killing by themselves and they're doing it on their own time. It can be done. What am I missing, Hollywood? Fuck, I said I won't name names, but fuck. Tyler Perry, what am I missing? The Rock, what am I missing? Kevin Hart, what am I missing? And I'm not talking about these partnerships. You call them partnerships, but they're not partnerships. You know how I know they're not partnerships? Look at Nick Cannon. As soon as he said something wrong, the partnership went in someone else's favor. It's always like that. It's not yours. We always find out, we pull back the layers. Diddy didn't own The Rock. You always pull back a layer and realize somebody black doesn't own anything. When I'm listening to my man the other day talking about Jay-Z, some guy that was with Rockefeller in the early days, when you realize that Jay-Z basically is a failed businessman at every venture that he does. And that's not hate. What I'm saying to you is that you have failed ventures because you're dealing with other people. These people are running us in the ground. I know they do this on purpose. BET was bought to be ran into the ground. Curl's daughter, the natural hair care products that everybody loved at one point, that was like the grandmother of that business, was bought out and murdered on purpose. It wasn't bought to make money off of. It was purchased to kill it. They do it with everything that we own. They buy it, they kill it, and they move on. And what I'm saying to us is that is why we're losing. And you have to become unapologetic when you say this now. This is not a hate on anyone else. You just got to stand on our own 2 square. It's kind of like fucking ridiculous that we haven't had a movie with all our top comedians in it like we did with Harlem Nights in over 30 years. And it's not being black owned and black produced and black distributed. You can put them in your own theaters yourself. We can do this. I don't know, man. That's just what my head is at today. It's been all over the place today. Just doesn't make any sense why we do it. It's just, I guess why I'm going on a rant about it today is just because at the very same time that they are literally economically wiping us out, I am watching their sector, the celebrity sector of us. Of them. I'm not even gonna call them us anymore. They're selling you out and they know what they're doing. You're not dumb. Steve Harvey, I know you've heard and seen her father is not a black man. Okay, I know you remember in 2016 you was hollering Trump, Trump, Trump. I don't understand why DL, who I love to death as a comedian, I did stand-up comedy for 9 years. I love DL as a comedian. I don't know why, and this is not an argument. This is no hate. I have nothing against any of these people. But when I be saying to myself, there's no way possible that little old me, L with the little podcast and no following, can see the bullshit that's staring him right in front of his face. But you can't. It makes no sense unless somebody's being paid. And the only reason I say that because I thought that was so disingenuous of Steve Harvey to basically deflect from the conversation of him and Dr. Umar. If you didn't catch that, Dr. Umar was speaking about how the DNC offered him $10,000 to have a sit-down conversation with Vice President Harris. And he said he declined. And he said that's how he knew that Steve and Ricky Smiley and them were getting paid to push her. Basically because they tried to offer him money. And he was like, it's just there's no amount of money that he would sell out for. He would still sit down with her, Dr. Umar said, but he was like, there's no amount of money that was going to make him do that. I remember him saying that. So, but then on Steve Harvey's show, he turns around and make reference to only the fact of he don't do anything for $10,000. That's a discredit to his name. Dr. Umar never said anything about you doing something for just $10,000. That was what he was offering, and you know that. And if you don't know that, you don't need to be speaking for me. That means your level of intelligence is too low to be talking to me. If you can't understand nuances, sarcasm, and things like that, you can't speak for me. And I watch you like just stand right in front of people's faces and do that on purpose. You know what the fuck you doing. Stop playing. People try to play you all in your face, don't they? So, but no, that's just what I had on my agenda for the day. That was my thoughts for the day. But yeah, thank you guys for checking in with me again. I promise things are really, really ready to pick up over here. If you see on the screen right now, you can't see it, guys, if you're on the Instagram and TikTok version of this, but if you can see it on the 300radio.com website and on YouTube probably and other places where you can check us out at, you'll see that it has Scott Free Podcast on the screen as well as the Scott Free Daily Show. The Scott Free Daily Show is really the Scott Free Morning Show, Daily Show. It's a daily show that we do here. That it's going to just think of any other radio show that you have growing up. The Ricky Smiley Morning Show, the Steve Harvey Show. One of the reasons, I'm glad I tied that into this so I can see how it's tying in. One of the reasons I am doing this radio show, the morning show, is to give you an alternative to that shit. Let's just be honest. Black folks are waking up finally. And they want to hear real shit. And I want to give them the real shit. I want to do it unapologetically and no hate to no one else. But I want to give you stuff that nobody else wants to give it. So if you come rock with me in the mornings, know that we're going to laugh. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have some music. We're going to have some trivia. We're going to have some games. Oh, man, every day is going to have a topic. And I'm going to sit down. I'm going to go live again soon. And I'm probably going to do a live thing. And we're just going to discuss what's going to be coming up. And but you're gonna love it. And like Fridays is gonna be dope because it's gonna be like what did we name Friday? I think it was something like Toxic Fridays. But literally we have some of the most toxic. No, it's not Toxic Friday. I'm sorry, that's not what that was. It was like that. I'm thinking of my girl Talea, and hopefully Talea, you hearing this too because I want to still rock with you. Got other people I want to be. It's gonna be rocking with me too on this. But I forgot what the name of it is. But anyways, it's a Friday something. But it was going to be basically, we're going to have anything goes. That day won't be for children. But Monday through Thursday, you're going to be able to bring your kids. They can listen. We're going to play some jams. It's going to really be dope. I promise you. And you'll be able to access it right on your phone. Be an app right there. You plug right in with me in the morning, ride with me the whole nine. And we're going to really do it. It's a lot that's going to happen. I'll touch base with you about it, though. I'm not going to just talk you to death about it now. But until then, guys, like I said, I appreciate you guys checking in with me. If this podcast came off a little slow today, like I said, I'm a little melancholy. Just trying to get back into the swing of things. But I promise you, everything will pick up. Also, too, if you got any ideas, show ideas, anything you want me to cover, definitely let me know. I got you covered. All right. Until next time, I want you to stay free. If you can't stay free. Nah, I don't want to say it that way. I'll say it this way. Be free, my people. Till next time. Peace.
Whoa. Before you leave this podcast and go somewhere else, did you hit the notification bell? Because if you didn't, please do so now. And I'm talking to the people who've already subscribed. But if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that as well. Hit the like button, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.